Hi, I'm Raymond Francis.
Hello, I'm Brian Clement. Raymond, I've known you for probably 30 years now, and I just admire all the work you're doing here in our country to save America and to save our citizens from the plague of disease, as well as what we're doing worldwide now. Why don't you speak a little bit about that?
Well, we have a healthcare crisis. The United States is going bankrupt trying to pay for the cost of disease. If we allow this to happen, the life of every American is going to take a turn for the worse. We can't allow this to happen. So what we have to do is we have to have a national campaign to educate people how not to get sick.
Yes.
And then we have to have facilities like you have here at the Hippocrates Institute to take sick people and help them to get well, as well as, of course, teaching people how not to get sick.
Exactly.
But we need Hippocrates. Yeah, here you have this wonderful place here in Florida. We need it in every state. We need them in multiple locations in every state. We need them all over the world because existing allopathic medicine does not work. It's about 10 to 15% effective. 10 to 15% of it is biologically and scientifically correct. The rest of it is not. It doesn't work. It's very expensive, it's very dangerous, and it's driving us into bankruptcy. What you're doing is the future of medicine, and we need to do more of this in our own country and more of it all over the world.
Well, I totally agree with you, Raymond. You know, the Institute this year is 60 years old. We were at the forefront of what is now called the complementary or alternative health field. And we've had hundreds of thousands of people come through the program. And as you know, with every disease known to man, from stage 4 diseases, and as you've pointed out correctly, half the people that come here today are well. So they've seen their mothers and fathers suffer and their friends suffer. So they come here to learn how not to do that. And so wouldn't it be nice if we could train people so in most cases they wouldn't fall into what is called the diseases of aging, which are not true. We shouldn't be aging and having disease.
Right.
But more so, they age properly. We call it actually not anti-aging, but respectful aging. And that's what we need.
Aging as we experience it is a disease because what it is we're getting sick, and we think it's because we're getting old. No, we just had more time to make ourselves sick.
Yes.
So but we're making up, but today people are getting old earlier and earlier and earlier,
Yes.
and we're actually measuring, a few years ago they did a study, they measured a group of 10-year-olds who were biologically 45 years old.
Yes.
We're measuring 30-year-olds who are biologically 80 years old. This is crazy.
It's great. I mean, even the CDC several years ago, that babies born today will die 5 years sooner than their parents.
Right.
Now that's a pretty frightening statistic right out of the gate. It's not 1 month or
Right.
5 months, it's 5 years.
Because the kids are old
Yes.
and they're sick.
Yeah.
We have to stop this. And the only way to stop it is through education. We have to teach people how not to get sick. And if you are sick, we have to teach them how to get well. And that's what you're doing here at Hippocrates. It's what I've done. I've published 5 books now, 5 books on human health. The last one was the Great American Health Hoax. It tells you why healthcare is a hoax and how to get well and stay well. That we need more of that. We need to do it.
I think our biggest problem is that the guys who have the ball, the pharmaceutical industry, the multinational food industry, the chemical industry, they have the lobbyists. So how do we supersede that multi-trillion-dollar industries together that have control of government and government representatives?
It has to be a bottom-up revolution.
Yes.
We have to educate ordinary people, and when we educate enough of them, it'll be a bottom-up revolution because it's not going to come from the top down. These companies that you mentioned, these industries, they own the Congress. The campaign contributions are in the millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. So nothing's going to happen up at the top. We have to have a bottom-up revolution, and that's why I write my books. That's why you write your books. That's why we do the things that we do.
No significant change in human history has ever been from the top down. Mahatma Gandhi's, Martin Luther King's, It was from the grassroots, one person up. And I believe you and I are right on that track, Raymond.
We are indeed.
Well, keep up your good work. I love you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.